So now it's time for our keynote speaks. So we have a guest from Over the Atlantic. Rex Black is the former president of ISTQB, International Software Testing Qualifications Board, which the Turkish Testing Board is also a part. So, welcome, Rex.
Morning. How are you? Wide awake? I did a little tourism yesterday. I went for a little 25-kilometer long walk. Like your beautiful city. I look a little sore. It's because of my endeavors yesterday. But you do have a beautiful city. It's a very nice place. Very friendly people. I really enjoyed it. So thank you, Ray, for inviting me to speak today. So what I want to talk about here is building quality, building and delivering quality. And you can see I'm carrying on the bridge metaphor here for you, right? Four bridges. We've got a nice bridge. It's Sydney Harbour Bridge, coat hanger they call it. And then not such a nice bridge here. This is down in Washington State, the United States. You hear about this? They built this bridge, and it started to kind of vibrate, hint like a guitar string, and it picked up so much momentum that it just flew apart. Catastrophic failure. There were actually people on this bridge when that happened too, so you can imagine that was not a very happy experience. So there's reliable, there's good, there's quality, and then there's not so good. And obviously we aspire for something rock solid and stable. Bridge at the top and one at the bottom, right? So how do we do that? Well, back up a little bit. Why would we even matter? Why would we even care? Okay, it's software, it's not like a bridge flying apart. Well, I think we can ask Toyota about why software quality might be an issue. Now, Toyota, anybody from Toyota throw knives at me or anything for saying this? Toyota made an amazing statement. Their CTO went to the United States Congress, and they asked, is it a software problem? And he said, oh no, it can't be software. We tested it. I couldn't believe he said that. Sure. You tested every single possible thing that could happen. Obviously, they didn't test it enough. Right? Software is a contributing factor to what's happening there, and it's creating tremendous brand problems. Some of you might remember Apple Newton. So, you may have an iPhone. This is Apple's second entry into the handheld computing market. You might remember that they tried once before with this thing called the Newton. Did handwriting recognition. The handwriting recognition was so bad that it became the object of a series of cartoon strips that had worldwide publication. Now, they say there's no such thing as bad publicity, but I think the people involved in that Newton project might beg to differ. Killed the product. They had to basically cancel it. Now, you can think, this was 15 years ago, how much money have companies made on PDAs and small handheld devices in that 15-year period when Apple was out of the market because of their failed introduction. Like, we're not just talking about millions of dollars of lost revenue here, we're talking potentially billions. The speaker earlier was talking about this issue of the 10x, 10-time or 100-time increase cost to repair a bug in production as opposed to prior to release, and that's fairly typical. Also, the waste of time issue. We should be building new features, right? You want your team to be focused on creating new, valuable stuff for your customers, not fighting some sort of rearguard action to try to save your customers after you've sent them bad product. Delay of release, I think we're all familiar with this problem, right? as you get closer to the done date, people start to realize we just can't ship this. And then you have opportunity costs associated with that. And if you're in the safety critical business, basically if you make software that makes anything move in the real world, then you have safety critical issues, and that's, you're not just talking about losing money, you're talking about hurting people. Now, I think the thing that we need to keep in mind is we actually know a lot more about how to do this than you would guess. I think the capability to build good software quality is out there, and we have it. We know, and collectively as an industry, a lot of things. We just don't do them. We just don't have the discipline. That's why, Corey, when you asked me this morning, who's at fault? You didn't ask all of us. And that's where I would have stuck my hand up. We're all at fault. We don't apply what we know. So, what are some things that I think would be important? I'm going to pick 6 things just because I only have so much time. I could maybe pick 106, but I think the next 6 things that I'm going to cover are really critical. And if you're not doing these 6 things on your project, you're really setting yourself up for quality problems of one sort or another. I'm going to try to use case studies to illustrate both successful and unsuccessful application of these 6 lessons, these 6 important things to do for quality. Give you some tips, give you some warnings, and I want to point out that all of these case studies are real. These are not hypothetical situations, real world situations, most of which I have firsthand experience with from our clients. So, just to lay these out at a high level before I get into the details, good testable requirements. We don't want this, but we don't always get it. We don't always have it. It's a discipline issue. It's not that we don't know how to do this, just that we get in a hurry, we don't have the discipline collectively. I'm not blaming anyone in this room in particular. Again, I think everybody contributes to this. But if you've got good requirements, you get a lot of benefits out of that. Sometimes the benefits can be a surprise, as I'll show you. Manage quality risk throughout the life cycle. Don't wait until the end. This testing bugs out at the end approach doesn't work. I'm not surprisingly in this room when I say that, but how many projects have you seen where that was the main approach to dealing with quality risk? I've seen it over and over and over again. Let's stop doing that. Integration and integration testing. This is, for some reason, something that tends to be underestimated. Teamwork. You're not going to build a quality product if you don't have people working together. You can do everything else right, but don't have this part, people working together, you're not going to have a quality product. Similarly, you're not going to have a quality product if your people are incompetent. If they don't have the skills to do it, build quality, then you won't get quality, no matter what process you follow. Many of you who have children who have watched your children play sports know exactly what I'm talking about. They're following the same rules as professionals, but it sure doesn't look like professionals, right? So that's a skills issue. And then managing change. Now, there's a lot of talk about, we've got to be agile, we've got to embrace change and so forth. Okay, that's great, but we still have to manage it. So, let's take a look at these in a little more detail. I don't think I'm going to be saying anything revolutionary here on this first bullet point. Good, sufficiently detailed, well understood, testable requirements. We've got these, we've got a good foundation for a quality product. And similarly, or conversely, to the extent that we don't have these,